Peter Berling, helmsman on starboard tack on Emirates Team New Zealand. Pete, a day with very tricky conditions. Can you take us through the day?
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting day today. There's, as you can see, a lot of cloud around, so the temperature's a little bit colder. There's actually a bit of rain as well this morning, so it seemed like the breeze was just surging in and out. Yeah, we had really nice breeze for a little bit when we first got out, and then it completely shut away to nothing, and then we just filled in enough to get some nice sailing in. So yeah, we focused a little bit more on some straight line segments today and trying to try a few different techniques, but yeah, all in all, pretty productive day for us.
It seemed like there was a lot more focus today on sailing upwind than downwind. What was the reason for that?
A little bit was chasing the wind out to sea. Yeah, the breeze obviously really shut down in by the coastline for quite a while, so we just kept following the wind we had, and then yeah, but also trying a bit of technique stuff as well, which was good.
Then whenever you sail in these conditions that you have a very unstable wind strength, very shifty in direction, and also a wave pattern that is off axis, are you still able to play your modes? You can still decide when to go higher and low and slower, when lower and faster. How much trimming and adjustment that requires?
Yeah, it's definitely tricky days where the swell's at a completely different angle to the breeze, and it's right on the bottom end of things. Today is quite different to what we've seen quite a lot, where the swell was actually to the right of the wind. Yeah, we've had a lot of conditions obviously where the mistrail's blown the swell in, and it's coming quite a long way to the left. So yeah, quite a different day today, but yeah, you can still definitely play your modes. You can sail fast when you need to, high. Yeah, just obviously challenging for the trimming teams to keep the boat going fast and optimally trimmed, but yeah, that's definitely part of the fun or challenge of this venue.
Then when it got very light, there were 2 times in which you need to be towed to be able to stand on the foils. On those moments, what's the reason to continue to sail with the J2? Would it help to be on the J1? Yeah,
well, just the pressure was going up and down a lot. Yeah, we obviously like the configuration, and yeah, been doing a lot of practice on different things. So yeah, today we didn't think it was worth putting up the 1, but yeah, you have to wait and see.
Okay. And then when coming back, when you were on port tack coming downwind, sometimes you were doing some S's, yeah, practicing going to close hold course upwind, and then bearing away and coming back again to BMG downwind course. What are you aiming for when you are doing that?
It's the same thing we aim at every time, just being able to control the boat really well, to do nice efficient turns and land on the correct angle. Yeah, everything's obviously an evolution of being able to trim things absolutely optimally through all the corners, and obviously bearing away and rounding up, you do a few less times in the race than tacking and jibing, but it's still a big part of the race.
And what's the reason for practicing it on port tack and not on starboard tack?
Mainly just trying to commute back. We ended up a long way to the left upwind, and then downwind we were trying to get back into the new breeze, which we thought was going to, we eventually sailed in off the port, obviously ran out of wind trying to connect the 2 up, but yeah, all in all, great practice being out there in that light air.
Martin Fisher, you're the chief designer with INEOS Britannia. You've been in Barcelona for a few days and you've been out on the recon boat with us today, watching what's been going on out on the water. What's the purpose of your visit to Barcelona? I know you visit the team regularly.
Well, the purpose here is to get familiar with Barcelona here, with the base. It's the first time that I'm here. Before I was sometimes in Palma, but I didn't know the base here. And then get an impression of the sea state and just the overall conditions. And then, of course, speaking with the sailors, with the shore team, with as many people as possible.
You're normally based in Bracknell, where you head up the design team. Just give us a feel for what size of an operation that is.
In size, you mean the number of people?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, we have our main offices in Brackley. At the Mercedes Formula One side, we are working very closely together with them, and the Mercedes side obviously is very big, but that's not all us. We have just we actually have two offices in two different buildings, and at the moment, difficult to say. I would say we are roughly between 40 and 50 people working on the design.
There must have been some big design milestones for the AC75. They must have already passed by now. Can you give us a feel for how far along the AC75 design is?
Well, of course, I can't go into the details. I can't say at which stage we are, but for sure, some of the milestones have passed. Others are coming up quickly. So I guess I don't reveal any or disclose any secrets there if I say that at the moment there's a lot going on.
How important is T6 and its data gathering capabilities to you and your team?
It's very important. For us, it's really a big element, a big component of the whole campaign. So we use it intensively to gather data, to validate our models, and then that feeds into the race boat design. Yeah, it's extremely important.
We've seen yourselves and the Italians go down this route of a purpose-built LEQ-12, and we've seen some of the other teams modify their AC40s. Are you happy as a team, with the way the purpose-built LEQ-12 has gone?
Yes, I think I can say we are very happy. At least I'm happy, and I think others, most of the other people in our team as well. We think it was the right decision to go for a purpose-built boat. We learned so much putting this boat together that will be extremely useful for the race boat. So I think it was extremely useful. It was, of course, it's not a cheap exercise, and it requires also lots of resources in terms of manpower and working hours. That's clear. But overall, I think it's worth the effort.
Hi Finn, good two-boat testing today on the water with plenty of new gear on the boat. Can you give us a bit of a roundup on how was it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Definitely was pretty light, not much breeze at first when we poked our heads out of the harbor. So we had to do a little bit of sitting for around 30-45 minutes. And then we kind of towed out a little bit further from shore. The wind started to build a little bit from anywhere between 7 to 8 knots, and that just kept building throughout the day. Got around 10 to 11 knots towards the end of the day, so it turned out to be a really nice day for two-boat testing. We had a little bit of swell as well, which is a nice added variable to the racing.
And it was quite impressive to see the differences between boats and different modes. At one time it was Magic, who was much faster than America, and then next minute it's the other way around. How can you do that?
Well, like I said, with the wave states, sometimes the boats, there's so many different variables, even when the boats are really close up, lined up together. And sometimes one boat touches down and the other one touches down when they get a big wave or they crash or something like that. So that's when you kind of can see big separations in the two boats.
And were you on autopilot all day or not?
Yeah, we were on autopilot.
All the time. So you're just basically playing on...
Yeah, we were just working on, control of the heel and just driving as well.